Two people can eat the exact same dinner, same calories, same ingredients, same plate. Yet, years later, one develops heart disease and the other doesn't. For a long time, that difference was blamed on genetics or luck. But patterns across large nutrition studies now suggest that something else is quietly shaping the outcome. The real explanation often begins somewhere most people never think to look. Not in the heart, not in the bloodstream, but in a hidden system that decides what signals your food sends through the body next. That system is the gut microbiome. Most evenings in real kitchens look like this: a quick decision, a tired brain, something fast on the stove just to fill the tummy. What rarely enters the conversation is the invisible ecosystem quietly responding to those choices. I am Gina, and the work behind VitalCook is built around a simple idea. Health is rarely decided by perfect nutrition. It's shaped by repeatable cooking habits. When most people think about protecting their heart, they think about lowering their cholesterols or eating less fat, cutting on calories. You'll be surprised to know that scientists have now discovered something called the gut-heart connection. And that's why two people having the exactly same meal can still have different outcomes on their heart health because their gut microbes will be processing things differently. Researchers found that three quiet choices determined by your everyday food choices decides how the microbes will behave with the food. Across cardiology and microbiome research, scientists now describe something called the gut-heart axis, a biological conversation between the microbes in your intestines and the health of your arteries. When researchers trace this conversation, three patterns appear again and again. Some gut microbes convert fiber into anti-inflammatory molecules. Others produce chemicals that can accelerate artery damage, and some strengthen the gut barrier, deciding whether inflammation spreads through the body. Three quiet systems, all shaped by your everyday food choices. It all depends on the microbiome flora residing in your gut. Inside your intestines lives trillions of microbes. When they encounter certain types of fiber, they convert them into short-chain fatty acids. These fatty acid molecules then travel through your bloodstream, calming inflammation around the body, which helps calm the arteries. But modern convenience food skip these fibers that the microbes depend on. That's why our gut microbe gets unhealthier or less effective. In practical terms, that means that fiber-rich food, whole grains or lentils, they help those microbiomes be healthy and produce the protective compounds. So the goal is not to eat more fiber, but eat more fiber to feed the microbiomes that protect our arteries. But the microbiome doesn't only produce helpful chemicals. Some microbes convert certain nutrients into compounds that move the system in the opposite direction. Bacteria in the gut can convert compounds in red meat and some animal foods into a gas called TMA. The liver then converts this into TMAO, a metabolite associated with higher inflammation and greater plaque formation in arteries. The villain here isn't one meal, it's a pattern, a dietary environment where microbes that produce these compounds become dominant. But patterns that favor plant proteins, whole grains, olive oil, vegetables, they help shift the microbiome in the other direction. Your intestine isn't just a digestive tube, it's also a barrier, a biological fence separating trillions of microbes from the bloodstream. Our intestines forms a barrier between the colonies of the microbiome and the rest of our body. Highly processed foods, which are low on fiber, over time weakens this barrier. That allows the harmful bacteria like the lipopolysaccharides to leak into the circulation, which then over time causes inflammation in the body, including your arteries. But polyphenol-rich food like olive oil, berries, leafy greens, they help strengthen that barrier, protecting our body from inflammation. Across decades of research, one eating pattern consistently supports this system. No surprise here. It's the Mediterranean dietary pattern. Not because of a single food, but because it creates the right environment for beneficial microbes. Fiber from legumes and whole grains, polyphenols from olive oil and vegetables, fermented foods supporting microbial diversity. Together, they shift the gut ecosystem towards cardioprotective metabolism. So, if your gut microbes influence heart health, the question becomes, how do you actually support them? One of the most consistent findings in nutrition science is that diets rich in plant diversity support a healthier gut microbiome. That means filling your plate with a variety of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Foods rich in fiber that gut bacteria turn into beneficial compounds. When these fibers reach your gut, they are transformed into molecules that help regulate inflammation and support blood vessel health. Some dietary patterns, especially those high in processed foods and low in fiber, can shift the microbiome in ways that may increase harmful byproducts. But it's not about eliminating specific foods. It's about the overall balance of your diet and how consistently you support your gut ecosystem. How you cook also plays a role because cooking shapes what reaches your gut microbes in the first place. Cooking and cooling foods like rice or potatoes can increase resistant starch, a type of fiber that feeds beneficial bacteria. Using extra virgin olive oil and including plant-based ingredients adds compounds that support microbial diversity. And perhaps the most important thing is what you do consistently that shapes your microbiome over time. So, building a plate that supports heart health isn't just about nutrients, it's about feeding the system that processes them. If you want a simple way to apply this, we have broken it down step by step in How to Build Your Plate for Heart Health video and how everyday cooking habits can support it in the Cooking for Heart Health video. All links are in the description box. Heart health is not only about what you avoid, but also it's about the microbiome in your body and how you support it every day. If this gave you a new perspective to think about your heart health in a different way, hit that like button and share it with someone who is really conscious about their heart health.